So my original idea was to have these 90-degree plates on the frame rail, weld them in, and then have this engine sit up 1 3/16", and then have these basically sit up off the frame rail on the inside bracket, and they'd be bolted onto this, which this would be welded onto that 90-degree plate. And it came like very close to the hood, enough to where this PCV connection wouldn't fit. It would actually touch the hood with it connected. Like with this not connected, it'd be like perfect. And they do sell like AN 90-degree fittings that you can go with, but I didn't want to go that route. So basically, new idea is to drop this even further, which actually worked out even better because I don't have much room for the transmission. And with where it sits now, I don't have to make any modification to the tunnel to make it fit. It doesn't sit too low. I think it actually sits a little bit higher than where the 4R70W that came out of this, or sorry, 700R4 that came out of this car. And I think I ended up at, I think 1/2 inch off the frame rail, I believe it was. So basically it's whatever the thickness of that plate is, I can't remember. And then I got 2 1/8" thick coupons holding this up. And basically it's gonna sit right there. And the new plan for this side, since we have the steering rack kind of in the way, right now it clears the exhaust, but where that bracket is at, if I can show you, basically it goes right past it. There's not much room at all. So I think what I'm gonna do, I made these plates instead, and this will get bolted on from the bottom side, and there's just enough room to where the steering rack just goes right past it. I think I might actually have to notch this some too. But before I do that, there's a couple other things I need to do. I need to figure out how much room I actually have up front here. So I have the fan set up already. I just need to make the brackets to be able to mount it to the radiator. And then with this lower, I can't use the alternator here, which is cool. I'm all right with that. They make a kit to where you can relocate it on this side, and it's basically towards the engine. I think it sticks out maybe 3.5 inches or something. So I need to get everything set up and see if I can actually move this engine forward or backwards. So a lot of steps before we actually install the transmission and motor. The engine's a little bit more difficult. Transmission actually turned out pretty good. Like I said earlier, where it sits now, I don't have to make any tunnel modifications, which is important to me at least, because I didn't want to do it. And it makes the swamp easier. So as you can see right now, that's where the transmission's going to sit. It's a little bit low. I think it actually looks a little bit lower now because I have that jacked up over there. But basically, there's the mount. This is what I took off the car, which I think is for the Chevy 350 V8 swap. That bolts up pretty much almost perfectly with where it sits at. When I go to replace these floor pans, we'll put new holes in it. So these holes that are already there, it doesn't even matter. We can put it wherever we want. But yeah, I mean, that makes it so much easier where it sits. Oil pan is a little bit low. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. It sits a little bit lower than the cross member. I think we might try to go with a little bit taller tires just to get this car to sit up some higher. But yeah, exciting things.
Stay tuned for the next video where we modify a 2016 Mustang Dash to fit the Datsun.